we're all eagerly awaiting the Justin Jefferson contract to get done because it's going to be historic. It's going to be the biggest contract in NFL history at the wide receiver position. And plus, us as Vikings fans just want to make sure that we have our number one weapon, our number one player on this team for at least the next 5 years. That'd be fantastic. But we also have to worry about that quarterback position, and Justin Jefferson is also worrying about that quarterback position. Apparently yesterday, Justin Jefferson came out and basically said, look, before I sign my contract, I would like to know what the plan is going forward at that quarterback position, whether it's bringing in Kirk Cousins or drafting a guy in the NFL draft. If you do that, I would like to know who we're drafting, why we're drafting him, where we're going from there and stuff like that. We need to know what's going to happen at that quarterback position before I sign my contract, just to make sure that this team has my best interests in mind. Now, there's been a couple times where Justin Jefferson has said, look, I love Kirk. I want Kirk to be my quarterback. There's also been other times where he said, look, it doesn't matter who my quarterback is. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be Jay Jettis. I'm going to go out there. You throw me the rock. I'm going to catch it. Okay, that's what's going to happen. So we've seen both sides from Justin Jefferson. I think if you look at it now, hearing that he said he wants to know the plans at the quarterback position, you're going, okay, that makes sense. He doesn't mind if he's playing with Kirk. He doesn't mind if he's playing with a drafted quarterback. As long as he knows who that quarterback is going to be, everything should be just fine. So there was an article that I'm going to dive through that kind of, hits it on the nail, or basically hits it home for us and makes it kind of make a little bit more sense on CBS Sports. So before we do that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. So here it goes. It says, if Justin Jefferson remains in Minnesota, it appears that Kirk Cousins might be as well. The Minnesota Vikings star receiver reportedly wants to know the team's plan at quarterback before he commits to a long-term deal. That's according to NFL media. Now, Jefferson has been an advocate for the team keeping Cousins, who is set to become a free agent after playing the 2023 season under a one-year, $35 million deal. Now, Cousins was playing some of the best ball of his career this past season before suffering a season-ending injury in Week 8. Now, I think at that time he was second in passing yards, first in touchdowns, first in interception. I mean, the dude was having a career year. Like, it was phenomenal what he was able to do, or what he was doing up to that point. But fortunately for Jefferson, it appears that Cousins may very well return to Minnesota. While he didn't say he would take a hometown discount, Cousins said last month that he isn't worried about money at this stage of his career. Structure, he said, is more important, which is one of the reasons why he wants to stay in Minnesota. But there's also those conflicting reports that say 2 years, $90 million. What was it, like $45 or $90 million fully guaranteed, like just a lot of money, which would make sense because Kirk Cousins, being who he is, needs to get paid like the top quarterbacks in the league, like Aaron Rodgers and all those guys who are making $50 million a year. So that makes sense, right? But more so, Vikings general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has also publicly expressed his desire to retain Cousins. At this point, it appears that it comes down to money and whether or not ownership wants to further invest in Cousins, who will be 36 before the start of next season. Now, Jefferson may also play a factor in what the team does regarding Cousins. As one of the league's best receivers, Jefferson certainly has leverage. Okay, he made it clear late last season where he stands regarding the team's quarterback situation. Here's what he said per the St. Paul Pioneer Press. I definitely will always give that extra word for Kirko. I feel like I really don't have to voice my opinion that much. Just look at his play before he went down, his leadership, his knowledge of the game, his awareness. There's definitely something missing not having that main piece out there on the table. So Jefferson obviously would love to have, Kirk Cousins back in Minnesota. The only thing that's going to stop that from happening is the money situation. If you sign Kirk Cousins, you're signing him for 2 to 3 years, okay? 3 years at most, 2 years at minimum. $90 million, most likely, unless he wants to take a little bit of a discount, maybe $80 million. Then you get the Jefferson deal done. What type of money does that leave you? Danielle Hunter won't be around, so we're going to miss a key piece on defense, which our defense has already been not that great the past couple seasons, which is good that we have the 11th overall pick, so we wouldn't have to worry about drafting a quarterback, at least this season. We could focus strictly on defense, get the edge rusher, out of college would be just fine. But look, we've been stuck for too long. I would love Kirk to be back, just like Jefferson would. But I think it's time to start looking forward to the future. If you can find yourself up in the top 3 picks and take either a Caleb Williams, a Drake May, or a Jaden Daniels, do it. By any means necessary, do it. Because we need to figure out our future. I want somebody that's going to be here for the next 10 years and change his franchise. Lead us to an NFC championship. Lead us to a Super Bowl. Win us a Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins can do that. But he's getting up there. How much more does he have left in the tank? Coming off an Achilles injury. He's going to be a lot of money. Do we want to pay that amount of money or pay just a little bit less to maybe keep some key pieces on offense and defense? I don't know, but Jefferson has expressed his opinion. He wants to know the plans at the quarterback position, what the Vikings are planning on doing with the quarterback position before he signs his contract, and I think that's very smart. He's doing his due diligence. Why sign with a team that doesn't know what they're going to do, right? That is what he wants to do, and I'm all in with it. Jefferson wants to know what the plans are at quarterback moving forward. So make sure to drop a comment about this situation, drop a like, and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skull Vikes.